In 12 months, maaaring nasa Boracay ka, ini-enjoy mo yung white sand while drinking a cold milkshake while may pumapasok na GCash, may mga notifications sa phone mo na mga perang pumapasok from your online business. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how you can make 100,000 pesos per month or more from your own digital products. I will show you the exact roadmap that I've been using in the last 17 years and I sold over 350 million pesos of my own digital products and programs online. I'm gonna break down to you the 4 phases. Kung nagsisimula ka pa lamang sa ganitong negosyo, wala kang alam, you don't know where or how to get started, then I'd like you to continue to watch this video. The first phase, or in phase 1, ito yung tinatawag kong income seed. So in the beginning, pag bago ka sa negosyo, forget about muna making millions and millions in pesos. You just need one simple product na pag nagsisimula ka pa lamang, this is where you should start. Kung bago mo isipin ng isang malaking farm, magtatanim ka muna ng isang simple seed or this will be your very first digital product that will turn into a multi-million peso business. Now, I recorded a separate video on exactly the process of developing this first product, but basically the idea is this. It is an ebook, it's a digital product, or it could be an online course if you want to, that solves a specific problem of your target market. It's very important. Number 1, it solves a specific problem. Number 2, it is a how-to step-by-step guide. And lastly, number 3, it helps a specific niche market or group of people. Again, there will be a separate video that will teach you on how to do that. I'm going to include it in the description below. And so in the next few minutes, pakikita ko rin sa'yo on how to turn a simple ebook into a business. Kasi hindi porket may product ka na, may negosyo ka na. So I'll show you exactly how to turn one product, a digital product, into a multiple offers that you can sell. So from a simple 400 pesos ebook into maybe a 5,000 courses, 15,000 courses, or if you want to become an online coach where you can charge as much as 250,000 pesos. And most importantly, I'll show you on how you can automate majority of your work so that you have time. Ano ba yung mga automation and strategy and technology? So again, the key is that you can have more time, not only more money. Now, if you will study the statistics ng mga nagsubok ng magnegosyo, and study shows that about 80% of small businesses will fail in the first 12 months sa pagninegosyo. Ibig sabihin, bago pa nila ma-reach yung first year anniversary nila, nalugi na sila. Now, I've been doing this for over 17 and 18 years now, and I've coached thousands of people over the years. One thing that I noticed is, marami kasi sa pag nagsimula sila ng negosyo, they try to do so many things at the same time. Ibig sabihin, they're trying multiple products, multiple marketing strategies, signing up with multiple platforms and subscriptions and all. And because of that, nabi-burn out sila. Well, in fact, in the beginning, sa simula pa lang sa negosyo mo, again, is yung tinatawag nating income seed. Ibig sabihin, you just need one thing, okay? One digital product for now, and then one income strategy. Now, the reason that I love selling digital product is, especially with AI and ChatGPT right now, you can launch your product within the day or even within an hour if you wanted to. But again, the key here is itong digital product mo must be again how-to information, and it solves a big and urgent problem of the market. So think about it this way, na parang mayroong tinatawag na bleeding neck. Right? Pag nakakita ka ng isang tao na tumatagas ang dugo sa ligma niya, malamang-lamang kikilos talaga sila, right? It's the same idea behind digital products. So again, we're not trying to sell any information na nakuha mo lang sa internet dahil napakarami talaga nun. Sure, we want a specific problem for a specific target market. Again, there's a separate video for that on how to create that. But again, the idea for income seed is not just a regular digital product. These are how-to specific that solves a big problem, an urgent problem of the market. So think about it this way. When you create a digital product, don't think or begin with what topic to sell, but instead what problem to solve. So think about it that way. Mas madali kasing isipin yun di ba? Na hindi tayo make sure that we don't fall in love with our idea, because that's another problem by many na nag-online business, they fall in love with their idea, knowing na wala naman palang interesado o walang gustong bumili ng product nila. The good news is, with ChatGPT and AI, you can actually get these problems and even validate it if you wanted to. You can go to Facebook groups, you can ask around some friends, or you can read discussion groups and all. You can also do that way if you want to validate it manually. But typically, pagka AI ang nagbigay, almost guaranteed that we're getting the most accurate data and results in terms of problem of the market. And then you will create a short report. Again, pag sinabi natin ebook or digital product, these are not 300 pages, okay? This can be 30 pages up to 50 pages that solves the problem of the market step by step. Again, when people buy digital product, they would like to solve the problem and they want it immediately. So hindi na kinakailangan maraming introduction and so on and so forth. Just give them step by step on how to solve their problem. And of course, AI can do almost everything for you. Once na-identify mo na, AI can write everything from the introduction up to the conclusion of your ebook. Again, my friend, there will be a lot of people will be watching this video, but they're not gonna do anything. So don't be one of them. Just go after watching this video, just go launch your ChatGPT. Ask what are the top 10 biggest urgent problem of a certain market, right? Ikaw na yung mag-decide kung sino yung target market mo and get started there. Now, once you have the file, right, you can simply upload it on Google Doc, right? If you have a Gmail or Google account, you can access that, or you have access that for free. You can turn it to a PDF na pag may bumili sa'yo, you can send it to them. And once the file is ready, you need to sell it, obviously, right? So you can even ask AI or ChatGPT to write a mini sales page for your digital product. So think about yung sales page mo para siyang 24/7 na robot, na salesman na nagbebenta ng product mo. Think about it that way. So the reason many people don't want to sell because they don't want rejection. And now, because of sales copy or yung tinatawag nating sales letter na again, pwedeng gawin ng ChatGPT, okay? You don't need to go hard sell. You'll just simply use the sales copy to sell the product for you. So para merong nagtanong, merong nag-inquire, just send them the sales copy and the sales copy will do the selling for them, right? Lahat na ng instructions nandun, what the product is all about, the benefit, whatever problems or objections that they may have, nandun na rin sa letter, and most importantly, yung instructions on how you can get paid. Yes, my friend, I know it sounds simple, but believe me, I've coached thousands of people already, and we're seeing like ordinary people like you and me doing this kind of business and successfully selling their first digital product. Again, yung tinatawag nating income seed. Now, we will move to the next phase or yung phase 2 kasi eventually, medyo mapapagod ka ng magbilang ng pera. Or mapapagod ka na sa mga inquiries, you want to automate this. Itong pag-uusapan natin. So again, the first phase muna, yun muna yung focus mo pagka hindi ka pa nakakabenta consistently. Bago ka mag-focus sa phase 2, 3, and 4, kinakailangan you have to go through the phase 1. Again, ang goal natin is hindi ka ma-burnout. So if you are sick and tired of your job and you want to start a business and then gagawa ka pa ng napakaraming steps, complicated marketing strategy, talagang mag-give up ka agad sa online business mo. So if you will be doing this kind of business manually, ikaw ang boss. And then eventually, mababurnout ka. Of course, you have a limited time, you have limited resources, especially if you still have a full-time job or you're growing a family. So ang gagawin natin, we will create a system. So ang mangyayari, the system will be the boss. So the system will do most of the work of our online business. Again, ang goal natin is maging chilyonaryo, hindi kilyonaryo. Okay? Ibig sabihin, gusto natin ang kumikita tayo ng maganda. But at the same time, we're not working too hard to make that much money. So, itong process na to will basically do the marketing for you automatically. Will do the selling for you automatically. So, in some cases, can drive traffic to your website or attract customers for you as well automatically. So, now there are 3 core parts of this automation. Kumbaga sa pagfa-farm, ito yung irrigation system mo, okay? This is your online business system. So number 1 is we need to capture yung mga interested sa product mo or sa binibenta mo. Okay? So these are the people who will raise their hands, say, "Hey John, I'm interested in what you're saying," or "I'm interested in what you're selling." Okay? So how do we do that? Yung tinatawag nating squeeze page. In some cases, they call it opt-in page or a lead capture page. Okay? Again, if this is your first time, do not worry. I'm gonna explain it to you in details later on in my computer. But basically, the idea is this. They're gonna land on your website where we will offer them something for free in return. Okay? So this is yung tinatawag kong ethical bribe. This can be a simple worksheet, a one-page report, or it could be an Excel spreadsheet or a short video like this one that I'm doing, whatever. Okay, so the easiest one, it could be an easy 3 to 5 page report na pwede mong ipamigay for free in exchange of their first name and their email address. So pag nag-land sila ng website, there's a simple form, okay, where they need to enter their name and email address para automatically makuha nila yung free report na yon o yung ating ethical bribe. Once we have their first name and email address, okay, na-capture na natin, nakuha na natin yung information nila. Dito naman papasok yung automation. Okay, eto na yung mga email marketing na naririnig natin. Now, pag sinabi nating marketing, for some people, it's a big corporate word. But what I'd like you to do is, or rather, change your mindset na pag sinabi kong email marketing, it's more of a personal message. Like a friend sending you a friendly message. So think about it this way. So hindi siya yung very corporate message na parang wala namang gusto actually magbasa dahil bebentahan ka lang. Okay? So just wanna be clear. I'm gonna give you more tips later on. But basically, that is the idea na pag merong nag-subscribe sa'yo, automatically, may nasisend na email doon sa bago mong subscriber. Again, depende sa schedule. We could talk about that later. But basically, you are marketing to them. You're building relationship to them. O yung tinatawag kong kilite principle or KLT. Okay? Kilite. Diba? Bago mo mabentahan ng isa, kinakailangan makuha mo muna yung kiliti nila. Tama? KLT meaning know, like, and trust. People will do business with someone that they know, they like, and they trust. And then of course, as you build yung relationship with them, of course, eventually we have to sell our product, okay? We're trying to build a business here. And dito na papasok yung binanggit ko kanina sa iyo na sales page, which even ChatGPT can do the work. And ito naman yung, again, ito yung 24/7 robotic salesman mo na hindi napapagod, na hindi hihingi ng bakasyon, na hindi magkakasakit. So that is why in this business, you can literally make money kahit nasa kabakasyon ka, kahit natutulog ka, there is a system doing the manual that used to be a manual labor. Again, many Filipinos are not aware of this because pag sa negosyo, mas naintindihan nila yung manual labor. But the technology has evolved in the last 20 years. So kung hindi mo ginagamit to your advantage, then you might be scratching your head, Sir John, I'm a hard worker, then how come I am not making enough money? Or maybe nag-business ka, pero ngayon bilanggo ka sa sarili mong negosyo na nagsatrabaho ka from Monday until Sunday, you work 14 to 16 hours a day because ang nasa isip mo, again, you still have this industrial age industry that you work so hard to make that much money. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna go to my computer and I'm gonna demonstrate sa'yo yung entire process or entire system para mas ma-visualize mo, right? Kasi may mga taong visual sila. Gusto nilang makita exactly how it works para malaman mo step by step and how really simple this business is, okay? Now, I will show you, of course, some tools, some technologies sa screen, but the good news is I'm gonna give you also some tools that you may use for free in the beginning. So that's the key here, okay? As you can imagine, in this entire video, wala po kung sinasabing kinakailangan ninyong bilhin or kinakailangan mag-invest kayo, okay? Because again, I'm trying to imagine na kung ako nagsisimula 17, 18 years ago, so for example, this is where I should start. Ito yung mga una kong mga gagawin. Lahat po nang isi-share ko sa inyo at sinare ko na in this video, ito po yung ibibigay kong payo to anyone na nagsisimula pa lang sa ganitong negosyo. Alright? Okay, now let's go. At tapusin na natin yung phase 2. I'm gonna go to my computer and then I'm gonna demonstrate to you exactly how to do this business. Okie dokie. Now ngayon, nandito tayo sa ating screen at visualize ko sa iyo para makita mo how exactly it works. Okay? Yung automation, maybe you've heard about a couple of phrases or terminologies at medyo nalilito ka. Again, okay lang malito, okay? Because confusion that means you're learning new things. So, normal lang yun, okay? So, because a lot of people come to us, gusto nila mag-grasp nila agad-agad and sabihin nila, hindi para sa akin to. Well, kahit ano pang negosyo ang pasukin mo, you will still have to learn new things, okay? Kung wala ka pang experience doon, lahat naman tayo nagsimula, okay, sa ganito. So, it's not a question of who's techie or who's not. Walang pinanganak na techie. In other words, sa lahat na pag-aaralan. Alright? Okay, so as I mentioned sa video natin, there are 3 main pillars ng negosyo na to yung automation niya and how it works, okay? Because again, the reason we use technology and automation because ang goal natin is not simply to make more money, but to have more time. So kung magninegosyo ka, puro manual labor, well, guess what? Mapapagod ka lang and then, you'd realize like, man, mas pagod pa ako rito, mamasukan na lang ako. Okay? So that's the thing. So here's how it works. The first part, yung tinatawag nating squeeze page. Okay? Pasensya na kayo. I'm gonna use my mouse in here. Squeeze page. Right? Or some people call it opt-in page kasi gumana ng aking tablet. So, but anyways, this is what it looks like. These are simple pages and very likely nakita mo na to somewhere. Hindi mo lang alam na ang tawag doon na squeeze page or opt-in page. So, normally, meron silang pinamimigay na free. Okay? Pag nag-land ka sa website nila, nakalagay free. It's either free report, free ebook, free template, free. Because ang goal, ultimately nila, right, susulat rito, is yung ibigay mo yung email name, first name mo, at yung email address. Okay, so that's their ultimate goal. Now, you might be wondering why and where and how, right? Maybe some of you meron ng ideas. Pero tinatawag natin squeeze page. Some call it a lead capture page. Some call it opt-in page. Okay, so they use different names. Pero just for the sake of our training, we'll call it a squeeze page. Okay? So, again, ang goal is what? Makollect yung first name and email address nila. Okay? Now, you might be wondering why. Bakit hindi natin diretso dun sa parang pagbebenta na. Okay? So, pag-uusapan natin yan as we go along. But the key there is some people, right, the percentages of your market ay may be willing nang bumili ngayon. Okay? So, you offer them something, here's my money, boom, easy. But far majority, maybe 98% of your target market, they are not willing to buy right now. Gusto muna nalang pag-isipan, gusto nyo munang mabuild yung rapport and relationship, yung trust mo sa kanila, hindi pa nabibuild. So that is why we want to capture their first name and email address. Okay? So many websites still, I'm shockingly surprised that they don't do this. Okay? So pag may bumisita sa website nila, hindi na nila paano sila magmamarket dun sa tao na yun, umalis na. They might be interested. Right? So that's why you want to give them an option na, hey, you're interested, you know what? I would like to keep this relationship connected. So if you would be willing to give your first name and email address, I'm going to give you this special report. Okay? Or we call it a ethical bribe, free report. Again, different phrases, but they mean the same thing. So what will happen if they enter their first name and email address? That's where the magic happens, okay? Dito napapasok yung mga CRM or automation. Tingnan ko, ang gagana yung pen ko. Ayaw talaga. Okay. Okay? So, ito napapasok yung CRM. So, think about it na parang isang bucket. Timba. Right? Or Excel spreadsheet. Think about it that way. So, itong machine na to, what it does is it collects, kinokolekta niya yung mga name at email address ng mga taong nag-sign up sa website mo. Okay? So, this is your website. Okay? Right here sa squeeze page. So, the first to enter the name and email, masisave ngayon yan dito. Okay? Again, just imagine, you don't even have to know the details of the technicality. Just imagine, masisave siya. Okay? You don't have to worry paano siya nasisave. So, just imagine, it's like an Excel spreadsheet, right? Nakalista dyan yung name, email address, name, email address, name, email address, and so on and so forth. Alright? So, once you have itong the data na to, okay? This is called some call it CRM, but to be more specific, sabihin na natin autoresponder, okay? Or sabihin na natin AR. Autoresponder, one word, if you search that. There are many options right now. Unlike nung nagsisimula ako, there are probably only 3. Ngayon, napakarami na pong options. Quite frankly, when picking technology is more of like, saan ka mas komportable at mas madaling gamitin. Kasi yung pricing nila, they're all about the same. Alright? So, once na-save mo na yung data, okay, this is where the automation kicks in. Okay? Again, the first part is what? Yung ating lead capture. Okay? Just a quick recap lang. Palitan natin ang medyo fancy. Alright? And then, ito na yung second part na pinag-usapan natin, yung CRM, and then of course yung automation. So here's how it works. Okay? So when you sign up to, say, my website, or to anyone who uses this strategy, you will automatically receive an email. Okay? So say, hey, thank you for signing up to my website. Here's the free report. Remember, we've promised to give them a free report here. Here is the free report that you requested. All right? So almost immediately yan. And then, this is where the automation comes in. Itong mga CRM na to, which again, in the beginning, you don't have to pay. A lot of them, they're offering a free trial. Okay? Na until maka 500 or 1,000 email subscribers ka, you don't have to pay anything. Which is really nice. You get a chance to use the technology because ang idea kasi nila is pag naka 500, 1,000 ka na, by that time, dapat kumikita ka na. So which means, afford mo nang magbayad sa kanila. Okay? So basically, that's how it works. Okay, so balik tayo rito sa ating email marketing. So this is where the automation comes in. Okay? So again, as soon as they sign up, they're gonna get the first email saying, hey, thank you for signing up, blah, blah, blah. And then, you can set up an automation na after they sign up, say a day after, kinabukasan, they can receive another email. And then you can set up, say, after 2 days naman, another email. Okay? And so on and so forth. The idea is why you build email, tong sequence na to na tinatawag, is you build relationship with them. So yung email mo, hindi siya basta like, go buy now. You're actually giving advice and tips, right? So, depende kung anong niche market mo, right? If you're in parenting advice, helping parents with ADHD kids, you can give tips every day about how to raise a kid with ADHD. If you're about weight loss for women, you can focus on that. Online business, marketing, and so on and so forth. So every email is not simply go buy my stuff. Nobody sign up for an email subscription na ganon. Right? But if you're giving value every email, you get a chance to make them open their email, read their email, you build a relationship, and then eventually buy from you. So basically, that's how it works. You educate them via email. So ngayon, dahil nga automated ito, you only have to do this once. Okay, so for example, just to make it simpler, kung meron tayong 7 na automated email. Okay? Imagine mo, every day, they will receive an email for 7 days. So just imagine, you have a business that automatically markets to the people na interesado. Again, we are not marketing to everybody, just very, very important. You're only marketing to people who raise their hand and say, hey, interesado ako dyan sa dinidiscuss mo, interesado ako dyan sa binibenta mo. And this strategy, my friend, is instead of you chasing clients, they come to you. That's why every single day, we're getting a lot of inquiries about what do we offer, what courses do we offer, how much we charge, do we provide coaching, can you do this, can you do that for us? The reason is, hindi lang naman ako basta go out there, buy my stuff, is what? I build relationship. If they feel that I'm valuable, they feel na yung mga binibigay ko pong tips or email na nare-receive na is helpful, guess what? They're gonna buy from me. Okay? That's how important it is. Now, let me, probably one of your question is, Sir John, may nagbabasa pa ba ng email? You know, may social media na and this and that. Well, guess what? According sa recent statistics, okay, let's just get my phone in here. According sa recent statistics, okay, right now, ang email versus social media, pag-usapan muna natin. Sa email, as of mid-2025, approximately 376.4 billion emails are sent every day. Araw-araw yun Okay, worldwide naman yun. But 376.4 billion people, or rather emails, are being sent araw-araw. Okay, most businesses, not all, the big corporations, they always use email. Okay, now you might be wondering, Sir John, may nagbabasa pa ba ng email, this and that. Nasa social media na, and stuff like that. I understand, okay? I understand your concern. Again, according to a recent study, okay? It depends on which market, but every $1 spent on email marketing, it returns up to 36 or between 36 to $44. $1 in-invest mo, kapalit $36 to $44. Unlike sa social media, na yung $1 mong in-invest may only return $2.80. So napakalayo ng gap ng social media and email marketing. Now, I believe that you don't have to choose between the two because I still use social media to get their attention and then make them sign up to my website. But I believe that you should focus on the machine that automates it. Plus, not to mention, pag may email ka kasi, that is your own platform. Kumbaga sa property, sa'yo yan. Pag sa social media, para kang nangungupahan eh. Hindi sa'yo yan. Anytime they decided like, hey, John Orania, we feel that you violated our policy, I'm gonna ban your account. And boom, gutom, nga. Right? So always remember, whatever social media platform you are in, no matter how popular you are, you can lose that instantly because hindi sa'yo yan. Alright? So again, balik tayo dito sa ating illustration. Okay? So now we have yung automation natin. Okay? So balik tayo dito. Ito na yung automation natin. This is where the magic happens. Okay, apologize. Mukhang may nag-decide na ang galing niyang tumiming. Ngayon munang loan namin. Alright, so balik tayo dito. So this is where the magic happens. So you build relationships. So sa email, normally meron yung at least one quick tip. And then sa ilalim ng email, nandun yung, hey, if you're interested to know more, here's my page, here's my website, check out this resource, which is what you are selling. Okay, so now, if you hear someone, automated an income and all that, hindi po hype yun. This is actually true because of the technology that is available right now. It's just that like many Filipinos, hindi sila aware with all this kind of technology. And so, parang it's easy to dismiss, right? Because pag negosyo, mas sanay kasi tayo yung manual labor, right? Especially if you grew up in an age like me, na yung parents mo, yung mga baby boomer, ang alam lang nila, yung manual labor. Pero look around you, right? There are so many influencers, so many successful online business owners. Ang babata pa nila. Why? Because of the technology, right? So you want to use the technology. And this will set you free. This is the technology that, again, the system that you're seeing on your screen is will give you the freedom, right? So, again, as I mentioned earlier, so each email natin, merong subtle, parang simpleng call to action lang that leads to yung tinatawag, which is the third phase natin, yung sales page. Oops, sorry. Pata natin ang kulay. Sales page, or some call it sales copy, or some people copywriting, medyo generic yung term. Pero normally, it's a sales copy. Okay? And again, AI ChatGPT can do that for you. Okay? You don't even hire to someone, a copywriter at all. So, the sales copy, ito po yung mababasa ninyo, let's say, for one of my website na merong headline dito, yung malaking text, okay? Like, how to make money online and stuff like that. And then, of course, yung text, and then sa huli, meron yung instructions on how to pay, say, GCash, online banking, or credit card payment, okay? Ito pong sales copy, this is your 24/7 na salesman. Okay? Because you have to sell your stuff. So you need a salesman. The good news is, hindi naman ikaw ang kinakailangang magbenta. Okay? You have this machine that, again, it works 24/7 for you. Can you imagine that? Hindi mo kinakailangang magbenta itself or even form a team if you don't want to. You can just bring people, itong mga nasa email subscribers mo, as you build a relationship, okay? You bring them here. Okay, so when they click on that, they see your page, Viola, sale, okay? Because again, for a majority of people, ayaw naman nilang na binibentahan sila. Pero gusto nila nang bumibili. Tama? Lahat naman tayo bumibili. Ayaw lang natin nung binibentahan tayo. So that is why when we have this machine that works for us, bago natin sila bentahan, right? Dito sa mga emails natin, we build a relationship with them. We give them advice, tips, maybe magbago yung isip nila, right? Now, obviously, hindi lahat bibili. That's okay. Okay? But you're not just gonna go and sell. So, ngayon, nadami sa social media, they're gonna come to you, hey, bibili ka ba ng condo? Gusto mo bang bumili ng insurance? Gusto mo ba bumili ng property? What they do is they automatically go to selling. But in here, as you build this machine, it builds relationship for you automatically. So, regardless kung anong araw sila nag-sign up sa website mo, anong oras, they will go through this entire machine. And as you build this machine, as you add more emails, okay, the bigger the machine is, the easier the work for you. Okay, so basically, this is how it works. Again, it starts with a squeeze page right here. And then, of course, we have yung ating machine na ito, right, using email. And then, of course, yung ating sales copy. So this is basically how it works for many, many years, for over a decade na, I think more than two decades na, and it still works. Why? Because it is proven, and even the largest corporation and company that you're receiving email from, they have this machine as well. But the good news is, hindi mo kinakailangan maging malaking korporasyon to be able to do this. This is now available for you and me na hindi mo kinakailangan ng malaking kapital to get started. Alright, now you know the entire system and how this automation works. Just a quick recap lang we've discovered so far, yung ating phase 1. Basically, this is the first 3 months mo sa negosyo where you are trying your idea. We remember our income seed, our first year of product. And if you follow along, you will be making about 5,000 to 20,000 pesos in your first 3 months. Again, it's not life-changing yet, but the goal of your initial income or even your very first sale, tumawid ka dun sa disbelief to believing, right? This is not about, yung first 3 months kasi natin, yung first sale mo, it's not really about the money. It's about believing in yourself na, uy, kaya ko palang gawin to. Or even believing in this business na, you know what? This is actually really possible, right? So now, after the phase 1, yung first 3 months mo, the next quarter, yung month 4, 5, 6 mo, okay? Dito na yung ino-automate na natin yung online business mo. Because again, dahil na dumadami na yung mga prospects mo, dumadami na yung mga customers mo, gusto na nating mapabilis yung bentahan natin, okay? By this time, you can be making about 20 to 50,000 pesos. Okay, again, once you've developed the system that I told you, na ipinakita ko sa iyo a while ago, okay, makakapag-focus ka na lang in the beginning sa marketing na lang. Because again, yung machine mo is working behind the scene. So magiging focus mo na lang is how to drive traffic more to your website or how to attract either organic or paid traffic to your website. Okay, now let's proceed to phase 3. This is about months 7 to 9, okay? Now, sa maraming nagsisimula sa negosyo, once na nakakabenta na sila, and of course, ang idea kasi is they want to get customers, right? And ang mangyayari doon is nakafocus na sila simply because of getting new customers and getting new customers. Now, the most successful entrepreneurs and businesses out there, whether it's a multi-million-dollar business or a small business, one thing na makikita ninyo is this. They are not simply chasing new customers every time. So sa phase 3, we're gonna talk about yung smart money. Now, I'd like you to think about this for a second. I want you to think about Starbucks. Okay? Starbucks, I want you to think about one of the most recent or yung last visit mo sa Starbucks. Pagpasok mo sa Starbucks, right? Parang kung titingnan mo, it's easy to imagine, well, they only sell coffee, right? But I would like you to pause and think about it nung nagpunta ka. Ano pa ba yung mga binibenta ng Starbucks? Right? Ito yung tinatawag kong smart money. Think about it. Diba? Nagbibenta sila ng mug. Right? There are different. May mga tumblers. Merong yung mug lang talaga na merong Manila or California or whatever they are, right? Sometimes they sell notebooks, okay? They sell beans, right? Na kung gusto mong ikaw ang gumawa. They actually, in some cases, they also sell machine, yung talagang nagpo-produce ng kape. Kung gusto mong gumawa ng sarili mong kape sa bahay, right? So, these are smart money. So, sa phase 3 ng negosyo mo, once you are making about 20 to 50,000, okay? Sa phase 3, ang gusto natin kumita tayo mga about 50 to 80,000. So how are we going to do that? So dito na tayo magfo-focus on producing our next digital product where we can charge more money. So here's the thing that many people don't understand. Na pag ang isang tao bumili ng ebook mo or digital product, okay, a small percentage of that would like to know more. Ibig sabihin, they need more guidance. They need more details, right? So, iba't iba yan. So, halimbawa, sa ginagawa ko sa online business, right? I can offer a product for product development lang, more detailed. Pwedeng Facebook ads lang, pwedeng automation lang, and then of course, courses, coaching, and so on and so forth. Because every person is different, okay? May mga taong komportable na sa Facebook ads and they don't need a course from me on how to do Facebook ads. There are people na komportable sa pag-create ng digital product nila. They just need a couple of insight from me, and that's it. They don't need help from me on how to create their first digital product. There are people na komportable to become a coach, so they just need a few details from me and they can be on their own. But some people, they need help on those parts, right? So it's the same thing sa ganitong negosyo natin. Okay? There will be a percentages of people in your market that they need more details on a specific steps, on a specific topic, or in a specific module no ebook mo. And this is what we're gonna do, all right? What we're going to do is we're gonna create a second product. A second product, it can be another digital product, okay? Based again dun sa mga inquiries nila, requests nila. Okay? Because the key here is this. Once you start marketing and selling, you will get more feedback from them. And this is one of the best thing that you can do if you take action. Right? A lot of people, hanggang dun lang sila sa daydreaming. Like, sana all, sabi nila. Or people na hanggang ngayon, nanonood lang ng video ko, hindi naman kumikilos. Ouch! Okay? So, that's the thing. Pero ikaw, dahil ginagawa mo, binibenta mo, nagkakaroon ka ng information that 99.9 of people in this world, probably they won't get that information. Why? Because again, they're not taking action. Okay? So again, yun yung magiging next topic mo, whatever product that you would like to create. Okay? So again, this could be an ebook, another ebook, na eventually you can bundle it with your first and second ebook where you can charge more money. This is what I did in the past. Nung bago pa lamang po ako serving sa Christian market, I create an ebook and then I create an audiobook. Okay? So ngayon, dahil ang target market ko noon is Western, yung mga English-speaking countries. Eh, hindi naman ako magaling mag-English. So I hire someone to do the audiobook for me. I hire someone na medyo age-appropriate, so to speak, kasi ang target market ko noon, mga older Christians, older adults. So I hire someone na sa Western na bosses na medyo may edad na, so to speak, right? And then I bundle it. So from $20 to $30, I was able to charge, I think, $40 to $50. I bundle it for one digital product. Ang laman ng audiobook ko is basically same lang rin ng ebook ko. Okay? The second thing that you can do is a course. Online courses. Yes, that is right. Kung maalala po ninyo, nung nag-COVID, nung nag-lockdown, biglang dumami ang nagbebenta ng mga online courses. Okay? Because it's just common sense. There are people, as I've said earlier, there are people, they need more details about a certain steps dun sa whatever topic that you are in. And in many cases, hindi mo naman nakikita lahat sa YouTube, or you have to go through many YouTube videos para mag-gather mo lang lahat ng information. Which again, the biggest mistake ng maraming walang alam sa ganito pang negosyo, iniisip agad nila lahat nasa internet na. Well, sabihin mo na lang, okay, sige, totoo, lahat nasa internet na. That is actually the problem itself. Because hindi mo ngayon alam kung saan ka pupunta. Right? There's so many YouTube videos, so many websites, so many articles, so many blogs, podcasts that you can listen to. It only gonna eat a lot of your time. And then, of course, yung recently, what I've been doing recently is yung mga online workshops. That is right. If you're like me, you love to teach, all right? I'm doing a Zoom call where you can charge more money. It could be 2,000, 5,000 pesos, or even up to 15,000 pesos online workshops. So ano ngayon yung laman ng online workshops? So actually, ang laman niyan, 80% is about the same of what you've been teaching them, right? Sa mga past digital product mo or yung first ebook mo. But the difference kasi sa workshop is they get feedback from you. So, for example, kung nagbenta ka lang ng ebook, I want you to think about it. Binenta mo ng ebook, nabasa niya yung ebook. They might have questions. They have some clarifications. And they want feedback. Or they want answers rather. And dahil ikaw, during your live workshop, they can get feedback straight from you. So, ano man yung nasa isip nila, question nila, right? Kung in my case, a Zoom, obviously, right? I can demonstrate to them. I can answer exactly kung ano yung mga tanong nila. And that's the beauty of workshop. So again, hindi lahat ng bumili ng ebook mo bibili ng courses mo, hindi lahat bibili ng workshops mo. And that's okay. Again, it serves to different people. Yung workshop, pag sinabi natin workshop, kasi typically live workshop siya. So obviously, some people, hindi sila available. Right? Some people, I don't need a workshop. I can do it myself, and that's okay. Some people naman, John, meron ka bang, hindi kasi ako makakati ng workshop. But if you have a course that I can watch instead, yun na lang yung bibilin ko. So again, what are we trying to do in here? Is you try to serve different segment of your market. Okay? Again, some of them, they're gonna buy everything. Some of them, bibili lang ng ebook. Some of them, hindi bibili ng ebook, pero atin ng workshop mo. Some of them, hindi bibili ng ebook, hindi atin ng workshop, pero bibili ng online course mo. And then, of course, down the road, after doing this for, say, 6-12 months, medyo komportable ka na, kaya ko palang maging coach, katulad ni John Rania. Okay? So, ngayon mag-offer ka na ng online coach mo. But hey, remember, nag-start tayo saan? So, one income seed. Okay, so now I'm gonna give you some insight on how I create an online course or say a workshop. Okay, it's basically the same strategy that I use if I'll be, in some cases I invited to speak in public, like it's a stage. This is what I do. It's much easier for me. I'm not saying this will be the only way to do this, or I'm not even gonna say na ito yung the best, but it works for me. Because over the years of teaching and creating information, naturally, I did my own research kung ano ba yung information that people will love, right? Kasi ganoon naman ang idea natin sa ganitong negosyo. Ano yun? When someone buys from you, they go through your materials. They're gonna love the materials. They're gonna like, oh my God, sulit itong bayad ko. Because ang goal sa negosyo, hindi mabentahan mo lang yung isang customer one time. You want them to keep coming back. Remember the Starbucks analogy, the same thing, right? You wanna buy coffee from you again and again and again and again hanggang maging fan ka na ng Starbucks, meron ka ng mug ng Starbucks, meron ka ng tumbler ng Starbucks, meron ka ng journal o yung notebook na pinamimigay nila sa Philippines, I think, every year. So, ganun yung idea sa atin din is they fall in love with us, not because we're manipulating them, but we're giving them so much value that they feel like this person or this business is really doing their job. Going back to the outline o yung how do I outline my courses and online workshops, okay? So, again, it depends how big you want your courses is, but you can start with 3 modules, okay? Pwedeng kung mga 1.5 hours or 1 hour to 3 hours. So, yun yung mga online workshop ko. So, normally 1.5 hours to 3. I simply try to produce 3 modules. Okay? So, 3 lang because mas madali. I guess one of the biggest problem, lalo na yung mga public speaker na or sabihin na natin marami na silang alam sa industriya, it's easy for them to madali kasing isipin na, okay, I'm gonna give so much information that they're gonna love this content, they love this workshop, they love these courses. The idea was right. Alam niyo yun, yung motive is right. But the problem is, pagka sinuka mo yung information sa kanila, ano sa tingin mo mangyayari? Ma-overwhelm sila. Tama? So that is the problem. So that's the challenge of mga sabihin na nating experts. Kaya nga marami lagi kong sinasabi na when you go into this business, you don't have to be an expert, so to speak, because in fact, if you see yourself as an expert, that can go against you. Alright? So kaya gawin, gusto natin mga 3 modules lang. Okay? Now, for each module, meron yung core topic. Okay? Core topic na for 3 modules. So for example, I don't know, I'm just gonna, from the top of my head. So for example, dating. Okay? Let's go dating advice. So let's just say you want to serve someone, say, who would like to get their first date. Okay? So, mahiyain na tao, gusto niya makuha yung date niya. Okay? So, gusto niya maka-date ng gusto niyang babae o isang magandang babae. So, along the way, there are steps that he has to go through. Okay, so imagine medyo introvert, medyo mahihain ng konti. So the first module can be a mindset thing, right? Tuturo mo sa kanya na, hey, this is how you should behave, this is how you should talk, blah, 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 right? So this is how you should see yourself, so to speak, right? Build yung confidence niya. Then maybe sa module 2 is maybe how you change or how you dress, yung haircut, ano ba yung bagay na damit sa'yo, how do you behave yourself in public, how do you improve how you walk, how you talk, right? That could be one. And the third one is how to approach women. How do you actually approach someone, okay, para makikinig siya sa'yo at mukha kang trusted person, right? Because yun naman yung ayaw ng mga kalalakihan. Baka kasi pag nilapitan ko siya, mapahiya ako, or anong sabihin niya sa akin, mukha akong, I'm saying, right? So that could be a module. Again, I'm not into a dating advice. I'm not saying that's exact steps, but I'm just like, ini-imagine ko lang, right? So When I was a college, I was a mountaineer. Umakyat po kami ng bundok. There's always someone who's guiding us, who's been there into that mountain. So parang ganun din yung idea. Parang para tayong tour guide or ano ba ang tawag doon? Hiking guide, so to speak, right? You walk them step by step. So yung 3 modules ngayon. There will be cases that probably be needing more modules from you. Okay? Again, every topic might be different, but normally I start with at least 3 modules. Now, here's the key here. So, each module, meron siyang key core steps, as I mentioned earlier. What I'd love to do when I create, again, this can apply sa live workshop or can be applied sa online course. Okay, imagine mo na lang live workshop is live, online course is recorded like what I'm doing right now. What I love to do is each module, it answers yung why, what, and how. Why, what, and how? Why, what, and how? Because over the years of doing this, I've learned that there are people who would like to know, why are we doing this? Okay? And then there are people who would like to know, what is ebook? Or what is ganyan-ganyan? So they want to masagot yung tanong nila. And then of course, there will be people na how. Like, okay, that is nice, the theory is nice, the philosophy is nice. Tell me exactly how. Okay? So why, what, and how. So whenever I create a workshop, even a video like this, kung mapapansin nyo, if you're gonna break down my videos, meron yung why, what, and how. Why are we doing this? This ebook business. Oh, so you have more time. So you have be free. So you don't have to, do the job that you hate, right? So you can have more time for your family. So you don't have to go to the traffic and blah, 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 blah. Why, right? Sounds familiar? If you've been following me along for a while, maririnig mo sa akin yun sa mga ebook ko, email ko, courses ko, workshop ko. And then of course yung what. Ano yung what? What is an ebook? What does it look like? Oh, an ebook is a PDF file, Adobe Acrobat file. It could be a Google Drive or Google document, maybe 30 to 50 pages and so on and so forth. And of course, as I mentioned, yung third niya is how, is we would like to give them a step-by-step something that they can apply. So when I do my workshop and training, I tell people, my students, yung quick win na tinatawag. Ano yun? Yung kinakailangan maramdaman nila na just by watching your video or reading your ebook or attending your workshop or online course, yung meron silang nakuhang na-apply, so to speak. Okay? Because that will change your perception about their information. Pag tinry nila, uy, it works, right? So for example, in my case, I use AI ChatGPT in one of my workshops, automatically workshop. I give them specific ChatGPT prompt. And in the middle of the workshop, they can actually apply it. And they'll be like, oh my God, this is crazy. This is amazing. Yes. So because again, that's one of the strategy that we use. So we're not simply using this as a strategy for the sake of strategy. We want to make them feel that you deliver what you've promised. Okay? So again, ano yung simple framework natin? Why, what, and how. Okay, ngayon nandito na tayo sa phase 4. Again, just a quick recap. Phase 1, pinag-usapan natin yung income seed, okay, yung very first digital product, no? And then sa second, phase 2, pinag-usapan naman natin yung system, or system is the boss, okay? If you don't wanna get burnout, you need a system sa online business mo. Okay, we talk about some automation and all those kind of stuff sa ating phase 2. Phase 3, pinag-usapan naman natin coming up with more offers that you can provide, o yung tinatawag nating smart money, where you can sell more products, okay? But by the fourth quarter, ito na yung pag-uusapan natin ngayon, is yung phase 4 ng online business mo. Sa phase 4, ito yung tinatawag kong lifestyle first scaling. Again, because I've coached a lot of people already, one of their biggest mistake is they work harder. So in other words, kumikita nga sila ng malaki, but at the same time, sila'y bilanggo ng sarili nilang negosyo. My friend, remember, our ultimate goal is not more money, but more time. So, kung kumikita nga ng mas malaki ng negosyo mo ngayon, pero wala ka ng oras mag-exercise, wala ka ng oras masyado sa family mo, o yung mga hobbies mo or sports mo, hindi mo na nagagawa because you're too busy, then that is not a new business, that is another job. You just created a new job for yourself. And that's not a trillionaire style business. So pag sinabi nating lifestyle scaling, we're talking about growing your income while protecting your peace or protecting what really matters for you. This is not about creating more products for the sake of having more product, but this is more of like doing what's already working. So how exactly you're gonna do that? Okay, so by this time, you know exactly what's working. Alam mo yung gusto ng tao, alam mo yung mabenta. Okay, so all you have to do is focus on what's really selling. If you're gonna pause and think about it, lahat ng negosyo, there's always this one product that sells a lot. Okay? And you just keep pushing it, keep pounding on that product. That is why minsan may mga telenovela tayo na minsan nagiging joke na lang, katawa-tawa na lang. Kasi hindi mamatay-matay yung bida. Okay? And the reason for that, it's making them money. Yung TV network, it's making them money. So it proves na tong show na to, tong artista na to, tong palabas na to, kumikita, bakit mo pahihintuin, right? So basically, that's basically the idea behind that. So in my case, it's the same thing. When I discovered how to memorize Bible verses is sells a lot. So 80% of my energy and attention is just to push that product. Same thing when I start coaching in the Philippines. Yung aking Internet Business Masterclass was one of my biggest program with my biggest number of students in community and successful students. Well, that's what I did. I keep pounding it and pounding it because that's what sells. That's where most of the money is. And by this time, you also know kung ano yung mga marketing na gumagana for your business. Anong klaseng ad copy or if you run Facebook ads. So ganun din, right? So all you have to do is spend more money dun sa mga advertising campaign na nag-work. Kung gumagawa ka naman ng mga organic marketing, medyo nagpo-post ka sa social media, sa LinkedIn, or nagki-create ka ng YouTube videos like that, and you can tell na this is bringing you more customers and business, well, guess what? Focus ka lang doon. Okay? So again, our goal natin is not to work harder, but to put our focus and energy dun sa mga activities that's proven to work for our business. So that way, hindi tayo nanghuhula. That is why it is crazy kung small business owner ka lang and you're marketing in different platform, you're doing so many things at the same time, talaga hong mabiburnout ka nun. And then of course, number 3, mag-launch ka ng much higher or yung premium offer mo. This is probably the most expensive that you have. So in my case, I have a $250,000 coaching program, and I have a consulting over $10,000 program or over $500,000 pesos coaching or consulting that I offer. So again, ang goal natin, this high premium mo, hindi lahat ng mga bumili ng ibig mo, bibili ng ganitong mga premium offer mo. And that is okay. But there are people in your market who's been following you along or maybe naging customer mo na, they might be interested with what other or premium offer that you will present to them. So kung hindi mo i-offer yun, o hindi nila malalaman, o hindi nila makikita, well, guess what? Baka bumili pa sila sa iba. Well, might as well bumili na sila sa iyo. Dahil bumili na sila before, pinagkakatiwalaan ka na nila. And then lastly is you would like to delegate and outsource the work. So nung nagsisimula pa lamang po ako sa negosyo, you can imagine, I do the product development. Wala pang AI or ChatGPT noon. I do the marketing, right? I have to create marketing materials, write sales copy, write email copy, and then of course, I have to build yung mga system pa noon, ng mga website na mas complicated pa back in the day. And then of course, I have to do the customer service as well. People na mga nag-i-email sa amin, nagko-question, na hindi nila nakuha yung automated email, or hindi nila ma-download, or maybe charge sa credit card nila, may question. So what you want to do now is you want to delegate those stuff. So in my case, and I think probably my best advice for you as well, kung dumating ka na sa phase 4, is the first thing that you want to delegate is yung customer service. Okay? So again, so that you protect your peace, you protect your time, so you can focus on already what matters and what's working. And that, my friend, is what being a chilyonaryo is all about. So, my friend, I hope marami kang natutunan in this video sa ating 4 phases. Again, you may have to watch this again and again. You may want to save this. And of course, it won't hurt if you click the subscribe button and the notification bell so that I can inform you pagka may bago tayong video about this kind of business. So basically, if I'm gonna teach someone, I outline to you guys step by step, the first 3 months, ano yung mga gagawin mo, the second quarter, the third quarter, and the fourth quarter on how you can make 100,000 pesos all from home. Again, if you follow my advice, my friend, 12 months from now, maaring again, nasa Boracay ka, you just enjoy the white sand, the breeze ng tubig, right? And of course, drinking this cold milkshake from Boracay. Alright, so having said that, muli po maraming salamat. Talk to you soon, and have a great day. Bye-bye!